In this video, we're going to walk through building the actual email campaign that is going to be going out to your clients. In the last video, we built the email list, we built the email sign-up form, we saw what it looks like when someone goes and fills out the sign-up form on your website, and now we're actually going to build out that series of emails that they're going to receive and when they're going to receive it. I have the email campaigns section open here in Sprout, and the first thing we're going to do is just build a new campaign. And in the intro video, we talked a little bit about the difference between a single bulk email, which is like a one-off, one-time email that you send out, versus an email drip campaign, which is a series of emails that you're going to send out over time, and it can be an ever-evolving, living, breathing thing. So we're going to go ahead and add an email drip campaign. And we're going to start by giving it a name. And then for the email list, we're going to go ahead and choose that list that we've already built. This is why it's so useful to use lists instead of building it into the actual drip campaign, which you certainly could do it all in here. But if you use a list, then you can use that list over and over and over again multiple times. And as you can see here, it builds in and adds all those recipients from that list into this campaign now, so we can see who's going to get it. So down here, the next step is to just start to build out those sequences. So if I add an email message, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. So we have a title up here, email number 1. We can give it a subject line and then contents. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is that there's 3 different ways that you can present these emails when you send them out. One would just be a plain email, which is as if you opened Google Mail, typed in the email, and then sent it. A pretty email would be like pretty emails in Sprout for everything else, where you have this nice pretty header, you have an email heading, and then you have contents down here. But I think where most photographers are going to want to spend their time, especially for email marketing, is here in the designer email section. And we're going to go into this in a separate video because it's pretty involved and it's pretty thorough. But a designer email allows you to build these really, really beautiful, gorgeous, stunning designed emails with a really simple drag and drop editor. So that's probably where we're going to want to be. But for now, I'm just going to leave it at this, and then we're going to press save here. And so that is the first email. So as soon as somebody, like once I set this live, as soon as somebody matches the conditions for this, which in this case is the email list, and again, if anybody else gets added to the email list, they'll automatically come in here. So as soon as somebody subscribes, they're going to get this first email. If I click another email, and then again, go in here, configure, set it up, or I do designer email and press save, I can now specify when they get the next one. How far after the first one do they get the second one? So I can do this and say I want this to be 2 days after. I can add another email here. And I can set this one up to be 3 days after. And maybe I'll do one more here. That is for 2 days after. Maybe even just one final one that we kind of send at the very tail end and have that go out 5 days after. There we go. And that's basically it. I mean, that's how you now build the email drip campaign. If you are ready to set this thing live, which we're not going to do just yet, then you can go ahead and set that live, and then it'll just start working and humming along for you. You can save it as a draft to keep working. Or if you want to set it live in the future, so schedule this to start, Monday morning or Friday night or Saturday, whatever you want, you can also do it that way as well. So there's lots of good options in here. But at this point, we're going to save as draft because we're going to come back to this in the next video and actually build out that beautiful designer email. But that's the basics of how you set up your email marketing campaign in Sprout Studio.